Hey y'all, we back with another beat. This is going to be the final look, so let's get straight into it, period. Alright, so we're going to start with foundation. This is Nars Radiant Foundation in the shade Macao. When putting on foundation, I like to use a flat foundation brush just to make sure I have a thin, even layer before I go in with a more dense brush and begin to blend it into my skin. Nobody wants pounds of foundation on, so I think it's easier to just spread it out with a flat foundation brush and then to pat it into the skin with a more dense brush. This one is from Real Techniques and it gets the job done. I like to do my concealer in steps, so the first one is going to be like a skin tone shade. This one is from Tarte in the shade Deep Sand, and I just put that where my bags are, or if I have any acne scarring that I didn't get covered when I put foundation on, I use that to go ahead and even out my skin tone. And yeah, so I'm gonna use these ones too. These from Elf. I was testing these Elf ones out because I want to recommend you guys something from the drugstore, but you'll see we slowly begin to get brightened under the eye. The overall goal is to make sure you look like you got enough sleep for you, your boss, your boss's boss, your friends, their mamas, and yeah. I use a foundation stick. This one is from Juvia's Place, and I like to contour with it. I think it's easier than using a concealer, because concealer, once it dries down, sometimes baby, it don't move. And I think foundation sticks are a little bit easier and beginner friendly to blend into the skin. I know a lot of people use black opal, but I feel like Juvia's Place is not that expensive. So if you find a color in the shade, because they got massive colors, I think you should definitely check them out and use them as a contour stick. They have some warm shades that'll give you a nice tan look. Alright, and once I'm done putting it down, I take that same dense foundation brush and I just go ahead and make sure I blend out the edges around my face so that I don't have any harsh marks. I also like to take it up into my hairline when I don't have like any lace or anything on, because I want all that to blend. And I'm already looking bronzed and snatched, but this is just the beginning. And if y'all thought we was done with concealer, y'all thought wrong, because that's coming next. My favorite is Tarte once again, and we're going to start brightening her up. If you don't like the bright under eye, sis, this might not be the video for you, because we love that hair. So we're going to start with brightening once again, going in my inner corner, and this is when I kind of start to map out my nose contour by taking that bright concealer up on the sides of my nose just a little bit to snatch me up. And I like my under eye bright just right where my nose is. I don't do the outer corner near my eye so much, because I already have like slanted eyes, almond shaped, I think that's what they're called, so I don't like to drag it on the outside. With the brush that we use to contour the perimeter of our face, we're just going to use the excess product that was left on that brush and start to carve out our nose and get this nose contour started. Grab a little bit and draw the two lines. Y'all know how to contour y'all nose. Y'all seen this. But yeah, I like to draw my two lines, and you don't need a lot of product there, because then it's going to be really difficult to blend, because this is a small area of the face. So I would say start with little amounts and then work your way up to building more coverage if you need to, because you don't want it too harsh. Once again, we are using our Shop Miss A sponge, the softest sponge on the market that you will get for under $2. So if you haven't went on that website and purchased yours, what are you doing, sis? She does all the work for me. Like, whew, look how bright and flawless this under eye is. Like, she's giving. She is giving. Like, just give me my props and say she's giving. But once again, it's a Shop Miss A Papa, the pink perfect sponge. I think it's called Super Soft. You'll see it. Go in there, buy it, add it to your cart, get a pack, send one to your mom, and all that, because she needs it. Alright, so we're going ahead and add a little bit of that brightness down the center of that nose, just to make that nose contour pop out even more. And then I take the excess, you know, in between my brows and a little bit up and blend that in. Now this is a brush that is free of any product. It doesn't have anything on there, so I'm pretty much just going around what I did and softening those lines. We're going to start setting. This is a Fenty powder, and we're going to set the under eye with a dense brush. I got this from an Amazon set that I bought, and I really like this brush for packing on powder, and that's just going to set my concealer under my eye right in place. And it's a little bit brighter than my skin tone shade powder, and it gets the job done because we love a bright under eye here, mamas. This is my favorite bronzer brush. It is from Morphe, and we're gonna start to bronze. Yeah, I told y'all we wasn't done with that yet. So now we're gonna go ahead and start adding warmth and basically just setting those areas that we put that Juvia's Place foundation stick on. We're gonna go ahead and make sure we set that with bronzing powder now, because you want that to still stand out. So we're gonna go ahead and take it around our forehead, because whew, that forehead, yeah, I got plenty of that. And we're gonna, you know, go ahead on the highest part of our cheekbones and start to bronze. Alright, and because I'm extra and I also really love Fenty products, I'm going to use my Mocha Mami, just kind of a little bit underneath my, what's that thing called? My temple, and, you know, like in between my temple location and my ear. I don't know what that was called, but yeah, I'm just going to dab that on because it's a little bit more red, gives me some more warmth, it makes me look sun-kissed. So I like to just hit that in certain areas, but it's completely optional, you don't have to use two. Now we're going to go back under the eye and start to use setting powder. This one is, I believe, from Mercier in the regular translucent, because we set it with a foundation powder, but we still need to bake, okay? If we want that brightness, we need to bake. Then we're going to set the rest of the face. I believe the powder that I used was the Maybelline Super Stay powder in the shade 355 Coconut. And yeah, now we're going to do brows. My brows, pretty simple, pretty easy. I go in with my brow pencil. This one is from NYX in the shade Ash Brown. And I fill them in, and then I clean them up with concealer. Easy. Takes me 4 minutes to do. I timed it. So, do foundation first and do brows after. I promise you it will save you time. I promise you. So I'm going to take this really small brush. It is from an Amazon set, and we're going to add concealer and start to conceal our brows. It's really hard for me to say how you should conceal your brows because everybody's brows grow different, but just make sure you get a nice little arch, make sure it looks snatched, and you know, we can do what it do, because girl, this is so easy, I promise you. Once we get done, we're not going to leave it harsh. We're going to take a brush without any product on it, and you know, kind of like pat the concealer into the skin around the outside. You'll see, it'll make sense. And because you don't want it to, you know, be chunky when you try to put some shadow or anything on it, you kind of want it to be flat and blended. So we're going to put bronzer on the actual lid in just a moment here. But we just still want to make sure the concealer product is blended. You don't just put stuff on your face and leave it there. You have to make sure it's blended. That's how you get good makeup, blending. If you don't know by now, I'm here to tell you the girls are using bronzer and shadow, period. So that's what we're doing. Bronzer and shadow. Perfect brown, skin tone brown, and babes, that's the key. We're going to take that bronzer down the middle of our nose where we put that cream contour or cream foundation from Juvia's, and make sure everything seamless blends in together, period. Now it is time for blush. If you're not a blush babe, I would just say try it one time. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. But I love me a good blush. It makes me look nice, youthful, flirty, and ooh, just yummy. Alright, so I'm going to give y'all a lip combo just this one time. It is lip liner, NYX Espresso. My pink lip gloss in the center is, my liquid lip is from twuwavybeuty on Instagram. And the shade is Nude Beach. And then I topped it with just two Dazzle Gloss by MAC. That was a mouthful, but that was the combo today. Alright, so I discovered this last year and it's had me in a chokehold ever since. It is the Duo's Glue, the green package in the brush tip glue. And then I put my lashes on. I think these lashes are from me, but I really don't remember. Could have been from my Amazon vendor. So we're gonna just pop those on. My setting spray I used today was the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and then I like to take a powder puff with nothing on it and press other products into my skin. So that's what I just did. I decided to let y'all watch me struggle put these lashes on. I don't know why it's so hard to do it on camera. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and line my lower lash line because the rest of the face is pretty plain. So I wanted my eyes to stand out. But you can pretty much see when I did the one eye and the other eye wasn't done, whether or not it's something you like. So it's optional. You don't have to do it. Then I take this Wet n Wild powder, the bright one, because when I tell you, this will really make your under eye pop, and it's super cheap. So if you guys want that really bright TikTok, Instagram under eye, this is the key. This is the key. I don't really use highlighter often, but when I do, I usually grab this one from Fenty. It's an afternoon snack and no honey, and you will see what it does to my cheek. Honey, I am a glazed donut. Like, it does something to me every time. But yeah, I'm not really always gotta have highlighter type of girl, but when I do, this is the one. Like, yeah, I'm blind, y'all. Yep. highlighter on my nose. I usually like to press it in with my finger because I don't like the look of it just sitting on my nose. But y'all, what's the finished look? How we do? Did y'all like the voiceover? Let me know because we could keep these coming. But yeah, make sure y'all leave me some comments down below, you know, some video ideas, because I really enjoyed doing this video for you guys today. Like, I feel like every girl should know how to do a full blend, bright, grabbing all attention type of beat, and that's what this was for. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Love you. Bye.